Hello. Welcome to the Things Conference 2021. So this is Praveen representing a company name called Entu Technology Solutions Private Limited. So actually my company is majorly based on three verticals. So one is going to be an IoT solution and one is going to be an IoT development of hardware as well as firmware developments, then PCB designing and manufacturing. So these are the main verticals which we have focused. Okay. So today what is the thing we are going to see now? So we are going to see about an DLOS 8 gateway. Okay, so DLOS gateway is an open source outdoor gateway, so which having a LoRaWAN outdoor gateway. Okay, so it can bridge wireless LoRaWAN wireless to an IP network using like a general Wi-Fi. It can able to use, as well as via Ethernet also I can able to give the internet access, as well as it having an LTE module, so 3G 4G cellular modules. So with the help of that I can able to give those internet access towards the particular gateway, as well as this DLOS8 having a Semtech packet forwarder, so it is fully compatible with an LoRaWAN protocol, as well as it having an additional features like it having an SX13017, a LoRaWAN concentrator, which can provide up to an 10 programmable parallel demodulation paths. So these are the just general features of that Dragino gateway. Okay, so regarding this gateway and all those explanation in back end of the video, we can able to see one by one. So features available in this particular gateway is the first of all, it is open source open WRT system. So what are the thing you want, you can able to do. If I want to access the gateway, so via web GUI I can able to log into that particular gateway, as well as I can able to configure those things. And then most of all, it is an outdoor channel gateway, so which having a 10 programmable parallel demodulation paths, so which I have already mentioned, as well as it having some LED indication. So as per the LED indication, we can able to identify whether it is connected to the net or not. So likewise I can able to do, as well as it having an additional external fiberglass antenna cable. So if I want to connect with if I want to extend those antenna, I can able to do that, as well as it having an IP65 casing. Okay, so that's why we can able to place it in the outdoor itself. Then next one is a lightning protection. So the main important thing in an outdoor installation of the gateway is an lightning protection. So in the gateway itself, we having that lightning protection option. So lightning protection is present there. So the last thing is in power consumption. So for this, it is just using a 12 volt and 12 volt adapter, 12 volt 1 amps adapter. So maximum it can able to consume up to 500 milliamps of current. Okay, now we are going to unbox the Dragino outdoor gateway. So this much of big box I can get with that particular Dragino. So I may hope I have some bigger antenna in this. Let's check this. So here you can see there are two models are present. One is in DLOS8, okay, and another one is in DLOS8 with EC25. So this one is in without LTE module, and this one is in with LTE module. So I just purchased for my as per my regional spec. So my regional spec is around Indian, so that's why I just purchased the Indian frequency. So now I'm going to unbox this. So I just remove this box. So here you can see this is this. So I'm having some accessories in this. So this is the gateway. So this is the gateway which I got from the Dragino. So it's fully enclosed one. I think it's an IP65 standards. So it's a fully enclosed one. So if I want to open this, I have to open that lock, and then only I can able to configure this. And then this one, I'm having some holders in this. This is an holder to join this particular Dragino gateway. I think it will come like this. Okay, so it's ready to deploy on the poles. So likewise one setup is available. With this I'm having an antenna. Okay, so this is going to be an 868 megahertz antenna. So it's going to be an 3 dBm antenna. So with this I'm having some additional external antenna connector cable is also available here. So here you can see I'm having that antenna connector cable. So I'm having that this one antenna and then extended cable for this, and one gateway. So here I'm having the adapter for this. So this is the adapter for the gateway. So I'm just unboxing it. So here you can see the power adapter for the gateway. So power adapter for the gateway I'm having. Okay. Then next one I'm having some connectors, I think. So this is a mounting clamps on the bars. So if I want to place the antenna on the steel bar, so I'm having the mounting clamps. So here you can see the mounting clamps for the antennas. Then for my antenna and for my gateway, all the things, all the materials which I got it from the box itself, as well as I'm having some screws for this. Then I'm having some steel tied ropes. Okay, so if I have to tie the antenna, so I'm having the steel tie ropes for this. So these are the overall things which is present inside this particular Dragono console box. So let me see what are the things we are getting from that. So the first one, we are getting some tags. So these are the tags. So these are the mounting tools required for that, and these are adapters, and this is the gateway. So these are the overall materials which we have received from that particular package. So one 3 dBm antenna, then one fiber optic cables, and then one Dragono outdoor gateway, and then one adapter, power adapter, 12 volt. So it's going to be a 12 volt 1 amps power adapter, and some mounting clamps I'm having. So if I want to place the gateway, so I can place it like this, and I can place it in the pole. So likewise, if I have to place it in the pole, likewise I can able to place it like this. Then for the antennas and all those things, so this is for the antenna clamping. So this is for the antennas. So it will come like this. So antenna clamp, and then some screws. So these are the hardwares which I get it from this particular Dragono box. Here now you can see I just remove the particular Dragono's back end. So I have to connect the Ethernet cable and power cable, those things. So for that, what I have done, I just remove this particular back casing. Okay, so it's easy to remove, easy to insert. So likewise, so one plug is there, so I have to pull like this, so it will come out. Okay, so here you can see power adapter is available, and then Ethernet port is available, one toggle button also there, as well as one USB jack is available. These are the interfaces available in this particular Dragono gateway. Okay, so I'm having the interfaces. So if I have to connect I have to power up the. So first of all, I have to connect this 12 volt adapter in this particular power jack, DC power jack. I just connected like this. So and then I have to connect the antenna. So for that, what I am done, so I'm just inserting the antenna here. So I'm just removing the tags and I'm going to insert. So I'm just removed the tags and I'm just inserting the antenna here. So here you can see I just connected that extended antenna cable. Okay, so here I'm having the 3 dBm fiber optical antenna is here. So I have to connect with this. So I'm just connecting. So likewise I can able to connect with this. So how it comes in the outdoor now. So it going to be placed like this. Your antenna is going to be placed in the top of this. So likewise only this entire setup will comes. So I'll show in an images of that particular antennas, which antenna placement and the Dragono gateway which I have placed in a real field deployment images. I'll show Dragono Wi-Fi which is get it from the Dragono gateway itself. So now I just connect with the Dragono Wi-Fi. Then after that I'm going to give the default IP address from that to access that Dragono gateway. So which is nothing but a 10.130.1.1 is IP address. I just given that. Then I need to give user credentials. So my username is going to be root and password is going to be a Dragono. So I just given the Dragino and then I just click sign in. That's it. So after signing, this is my home page of that particular Dragino gateway. So here it is an GUI based page. So here I can get the basic details of my gateway. So here the first detail is I'm getting an internet. So via which provision I'm giving the internet to that particular gateway, either Ethernet, Wi-Fi, cellular, likewise I can give. The next one is an IoT services. So like LoRaWAN, MQTT, TCP, which IoT services is selected. Okay. The next one is an LoRa. So in this LoRa only I'm going to select the frequency plan as per my region base. So my region base is an Indian, so I just selected Indian. Next one is an access point. With the help of the access point only, I just connected with this particular gateway. Okay. Then here you can see the structural model of my Dragino gateway. So now we are going to see a quick look on the options available in this particular gateway console page. So the first option is going to be my LoRa option. Okay. So I just LoRa, then LoRaWAN, then MQTT, then TCP, then custom, then system, and then LoRa read and log read and home and logout. In this, initially I'm going to the option LoRa. So in this LoRa you can see an option called LoRa. So I'm just selected that LoRa option. So once I selected that LoRa option, LoRa configuration is our LoRa configuration page. I just jump into the LoRa configuration page. Here I have to select LoRa debug level. So I'm just selecting my debug level as a low is enough for me. So I just selected a low option here. Then next one is in radio settings. So here you can see keep alive period. So even not even a single LoRa node transfer the data, my gateway will automatically every 30 seconds it will give one acknowledge to the particular TTN server. Okay. Then next one is in frequency plan. So what kind of frequency plan I have to select as per my regional spec? I just selected as an Indian frequencies. So if it is an US, I have to select a US band. So likewise I can able to do with this. So with that additional option also there, which is in custom it's in custom band frequency. So I just selected a custom band frequency option. So here you can see minimum, maximum frequencies and offset of that particular channels. All those settings I can able to select and I can able to configure here itself. Then after that I have to give a save and apply to set my frequencies. So I just select and save and apply option. Okay. Then after that I'm just going to another option called ABP decryption. So go to LoRa and ABP decryption. So in that ABP decryption option, once I select that, so this is an onboard network server. It's like an onboard network server for an ABP end nodes. So here as per my requirement, I can enable that ABP decryption and I can able to decrypt that particular data from that node in my gateway itself, and I can directly push the data towards my application cloud. Likewise also I can do. So for that I have to give the device address and app session key and network session key of that particular end nodes. Okay. So after giving that, I have to select my decoder. So decoder option I am selecting as an ASCII string. So likewise you can able to select your as per your decoder. So I am selecting as an ASCII string and then I just click add keys. So now here you can see my device address, app session key, all those things is registered in my particular page itself. Okay. So now it is registered. So if I want to delete that, so I need to select the device address and I have to delete. So okay. So now I just give save and apply. So then next option is on LoRaWAN. So in that LoRaWAN, I'm just jumping to LoRaWAN. So here you can see LoRaWAN configuration, 2 settings are available. So one is general setting and another one is in private LoRaWAN server. So here I'm selecting a general setting. So in general setting, here you can see email, then gateway ID. So in gateway ID, from the gateway ID only I'm going to configure in my TTN stuffs. Then next one is a service provider. So what kind of service provider I'm going to use, either TTN or a custom private LoRaWAN. So likewise I'm going to select it. Okay. Then I have to give that server address for this particular thing. So I'm using a TTI v3 stacks. So for mine v3 stack is going to be, my server address is going to be an enthutech.eu.cloud the things industries. So this is my URL for my particular TTI v3 stacks. So I just type that URL in this particular server address. Okay, then I'm going to give an uplink port and downlink port of my particular node. Okay, then after that I'm click save and apply. Then I'm going to run MQTT option. So here MQTT client. So what is the client you require, you can give it. So for example, here I'm giving my own MQTT server, so which is going to be in beta.thethingsmade.com. Likewise, I'm just giving my broker address, and my broker port is going to be in 883. Then my user ID and my password. My user ID is going to be a div, and my password which I'm getting from that API key itself. So I'm just typing the password here. Then I have to select my MQTT client configuration, either it's going to be on publish or on subscribe. So likewise, I have to select both of either one of the thing or both the things. So I'm going to select both the things, and I'm going to choose the topic format for that. Then I have to select my quality of services for that. So QoS0 or QoS1, QoS2. Likewise, I select and then click save and apply. Then I'm just going to an add channel. So in add channels, I have to give an local ID and remote ID and app key for this particular devices. So here I'm going to give the local ID from my node itself. I'm getting that. Then remote ID from the server, application server. I'm getting the detail. Then app key, this is an right app key, API key. So which also I'm going to get it from my particular application server itself. So likewise, then I'm going to click add channel, so it will be added in my particular page. So likewise, I just added. Then this is for my TCP client, so I'm just going to TCP and TCP client. So here I have to give my TCP client address. So here I'm using a local TCP IP configured system. So which is IP address is going to be 192.168.171. So likewise I just given, and then I'm giving a server port. So which is going to be a 5005. Then I'm just clicking save and apply. So if I want to decrypt the data from there itself, I have to store the data there itself. So for that I have to use a customized script. So for that I have to select the script name, and that data will be stored on variable / sensor data. So I can go there and I can access that. Then next one is a system overview. So from this system overview itself, I can get the basic details of my entire gateway. So what is my gateway device model? So DLOS8. Then what is my host name, which is nothing but an app access point, which is nothing but an access point SSID. Then my firmware version. Then what is my built-in time, whether it is having a cellular or not, detector or not detected. So it is having, so it is detected. Then my system time, then my uptime and my load average, then the free memory available in that particular gateway. So those data, general data, I can get it from here itself. Then IoT services. So what type of IoT services I'm going to use? So here I'm using a LoRaWAN. So my IoT services is going to be in LoRaWAN. Then my internet connection option. Okay, so my internet, is it connected or not, is it okay or not? So likewise it will show here itself. Okay, so my both internet as well as LoRa connection is fine now. Okay, then I'm going to go to the general setting option. So in general setting, I can able to set a password for my particular login. So root Dragon we have given us. So likewise I just given password. Then I have to select the time zone. So as per my region, I'm just selecting my time zone here. Okay. Then I'm going to click save and apply for this. Then next one is a network. So in network, I'm getting the details about an IP address. If I want to access that particular gateway via LAN, I can use the default IP address as a 10.130.1.1, and my netmask and my gateway as well as DNS. So all those things is defaultly present here itself. Okay, so likewise I'm just given the data here. Okay, the next one is an WAN settings. So in WAN settings, I have to enable my WAN settings as a DHCP and Wi-Fi also DHCP. So likewise I just done. The next one I'm going to the option is in Wi-Fi. So here I'm going to configure this gateway with my Wi-Fi. So in Wi-Fi you can see in radio settings option, access point and Wi-Fi client settings. So we already know that access point will help me to connect my PC with that particular gateway. With the help of that only I just connected. So my access point SSID is all, and then password and then encryption, all those things which is given in this access point setting itself. Okay, so my access point SSID is going to be a Dragino 1EACA4. This is my access point SSID. Okay, Then next one, I'm going to give it a password for this. So my password is going to be a Dragino plus Dragino is my password. So which I'm going to give in this particular passphrase itself. Okay. The next one is a Wi-Fi client. So how can I give an internet access to this using Wi-Fi? So I have to survey for that Wi-Fi. So I just click on Wi-Fi survey. So once I click that, it will show what are the Wi-Fi near to me. So for me, Enthutech New is the Wi-Fi I have to connect. So I just selected the Enthutech New. So once I selected that, it will automatically, my host name will change to Enthutech_new. Then I have to give my password. So before that, here you can see encryption also automatically selected by that particular thing itself. So then I have give the password and then I just click save and apply. Now I'm going to an network status option. So here I just connected the gateway via two ways. So one is an access point way and next one is an client way. So both the ways, and it is connections, access connections. Then what is the transmit power? Those details I can get it from here. Then firmware upgrade. So if I want to upgrade the firmware, so I have to download the firmware file and I have to go here and I have to select the firmware file and I have to upload the firmware here. Okay. The next one is a log read. So in LoRa log, so here you can see what are the frequency which I have configured in this particular gateway. So those frequency you can get it from the LoRa log itself. Then next one is a system log. So in system log, so what are the nodes is transmitting the data to via this particular gateway. So those detail I can get it from this particular gateway log itself. With the help of the gateway log, I can get the particular data. And this is my final one which we have started here, the same home page. So from the home page we can able to identify whether all the system is functionally working or not. So likewise, so now you can see my Wi-Fi, LoRaWAN and LoRa and Wi-Fi access point, all the things are working fine.
So I'm just going to that particular TTI v3 stack login page. So I just given that URL and then just jump into this particular login page. So here I have to give my user credentials. So this is my user ID and I just given my password here. Then I'm just going to the login to that particular page. So once I just log in, it will directly go direct me towards my overview page. So in overview page here you can see two options is there. One is an gateway and another option is an application. Okay. So here I have to select an option gateway and I have to click on add gateway here. So here I have to give my gateway ID. So I'm going to give a gateway ID like an demo. Likewise, I can't give any name, so I just give it as a TTI v3. So demo TTI v3, likewise I just given here. Then I have to give a gateway UI. So I just given the gateway UI which I taken from that particular LoRaWAN page itself. Then after that I have to select my frequency plan. So I'm just selecting my frequency plan as an Indian version. So I just selected India. Then I have to click create gateway. So once I create the gateway, so first initially it will be like that. So then afterwards it will automatically connected. So now here you can see that gateway is connected and my log scene also updated. So if I just go to that gateway traffic page, that live data page, so here you can see the gateway status, it is connected status and all those things. I can able to get it in this page itself. So if I'm connected a node, that node will directly communicate with the gateway, and those traffic will you can able to see in this particular gateway live data page itself. Okay, now gateway is connected. So here I can see that last scene of the gateway is around 20 seconds ago. So now I'm going to create one application in that particular TTI stack itself. So I'm just go to that application page and I'm going to click add application here. I'm going to click the application ID I'm going to give. So I'm going to give an application ID like app TTI v3. Then I'm going to click create application. Okay, so my application is now created. I have to create my end devices. So I just go to the end devices option and I'm going to click add end device. Okay. So here I have to select what is the option I'm going to, what is the activation method I have to select. So either I'm going with an OTA or an ABP. So here I'm going to select it as an OTA mode. So I selected OTA, and then I have to select my Mac version. So here I'm using a Mac version of 1.0.3. Then I have to click start. Okay, so now I have to give my device ID here. So I'm going to give it a device ID as a node 1, and I'm going to give an app UI. So actually I'm just generating some random app UI. So for your case, from the device's end node itself you can get that app UI. Then I have to click my device UI here. So I just created the device UI also. N1 name, whatever the name you want, you can give. I just give it as a N1, so which indicates it's a node 1. Then I have to go with a frequency. So my frequency is going to be an Indian one, and I'm going to select it. So whether if I'm using a class A operating, I can select a class A device. General, it is a class A device. So if my device is going to work on a class C, I have to select support class C. Or else if it is class B, so in TTI V3 stack we have an option for class B also. Okay, so currently I'm working on class A. So for me I don't want to enable this option. Then I'm going to give and join networks. So join settings, here I just jump into the join settings, and I'm just creating some random AFK. Then I'm going to restart the device. So once the device is registered, so here you can see lost information is unavailable, because now only I just generated the thing. So I have to take the keys and I have to embed the keys in my node side. So here before that you can see lost data is unavailable. So now here you can see 18 seconds ago I just received the data. So okay, so these similar device address, you just note it down, the device address. The same device address I can show in the traffic of this particular gateway. So in this gateway traffic, so here, so these are the nodes available near to me. So here I'm getting those data. So here these are the nodes which is trying to connect with my particular gateway. So I'm getting that data like this. Okay.
Thank you for attending my session. So here I just shown some how to configure the gateway, how to access the gateway. So likewise we have seen. And once again, thank you for attending my session.